everybody, welcome back to Pit Stain Hobbies, the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube. We're back on the awesome Fanhome Ghostbusters Ecto-1 and issue 10. As always, links are in the description below for checking out the model kit. I love this thing, it's awesome, and it's massively huge. Ian Screwed Up stickers are right here, available for the mailing, should you like, subscribe, comment, and then email me. You could pick out a screw up or give me a tip. I appreciate it all. I will be heavily relying upon the My Ecto, what is it here? Oh, come on, Ian. You're on the spot. Flailing here. Yeah, myecto1.com by my good friend Todd. Really helpful, I'll tell you. Okay, so issue 10 is going to be part stages 31, 32, 33, and 34. And I'm going to get over to his website, and I'm going to follow along with his pictorial instructions, as well as the PDF that Fanhome sends out, excuse me, when you get your parts shipped, which is quite nice. The paper magazines, you know, they have a lot of cool movie trivia and stuff. I generally chuck them after I'm done. I'm sorry. I had an uncle who hoarded magazines and like TV guides and Sports Illustrateds, and it was just weird. Check your baggie for any errant screws or other bits and pieces. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, we've got be very careful with your X-Acto blades. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Ooh, nice metal leaf spring. Looks legit. Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah. So, come on, focus. Here we go. Yeah, very nice. Okay. So we'll get crack-a-lacking on this. Let's see, what are we doing here? If we look closely at the two ends, they are not the same. Okay. So, okay, there's a, oh, come on. It's because it's a small, dark colored item. There's a shorter end to that, longer end over there. And let's see. Fit this end of the rear leaf spring and the leaf spring front shackle as shown. Okay. So we've got the front, well, there's usually shackles and hangers. A shackle, the leaf spring shackles are usually the two long slabs of metal, and then the hanger is the front, but we shall see here. Okay, 3-in-1 oil is definitely gonna be needed here. Okay, I'm gonna get this screwed in to the to the leaf spring, and we'll be right back. And this video is going to hold the record for the least able to see anything ever, I think. I'll zoom in a little bit, and I'll be back in 1 sec. Alrighty, well, we got our little shackles and hanger. I'm calling it a spring hanger because it's not a shackle. That's a hanger. These are shackles at the back. That's a hanger. Just unless I've been doing it, saying it wrong for years, and we're going to take our rear axle assembly from the last issue, and we're going to put that leaf spring on there like so. It only goes on one way. Okay, so you really, it's quite difficult to mess that up. And then we're going to put the leaf spring clamp right on there, like so. It is metal as well. Very impressive. Why, this damn thing's going to weigh 9,000 million tons when it's done. And 1 NM, that's so hard, you know, NM. 1 Nancy Mike screw. I don't know if I'm using the correct call-out names. Nancy Mike. Foxtrot. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Ian's working on a model again. Oh boy, feels like it's been forever. I had to take last week off because I had things going on. I had work stuff, I had family stuff, I had all that. It was torture. Feels like I haven't been down here in a month at my bench. I'm sure all of you missed me greatly. Not a single person emailed me asking if I was okay. I'm kidding. Nobody, even friends of mine, weren't like, "Oh, are you okay?" Nope, they don't care. Okay, we shove the spring into the thing, and then we got to get the little shock shaft here. It's got a little hole in it. And that's got to go into the spring, and then we got to get a screw in there. So when something requires a lot of hand-eye coordination, I will screw up if I do it on camera. So we need a BM screw. Ah, the famous BM screws. Shortly followed by the TP screws. Okay, let's take a BM screw out and turn off this camera so I don't have to... See, I'm not worried about screwing up on camera because I like when you see my screw-ups. I just don't want to shoot things across the room, and I really don't want to do that to this. Be right back. Yikes, the chassis is back. Hello. Oh, this thing is flipping huge. Okay, so we got our little shock absorber built, and we got to put it right here in this little wing off the frame rail. And we've got to screw the shock in. Okay. This is a little tricky. Okay, we're gonna put her back on the stand. This does come in handy. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, I hit my mouse. And it scrolled all over to hell and gone. I've lost my place. Okay, yeah. All right, so we need one QM screw. Oh dear. Okay, so we're gonna put it in here, right here, and one QM screw to hold it in place, and we'll be right back. All right, well, a tip from my buddy Todd's website is to install the prop shaft now. So we're gonna slide that into the output of the transmission. And then, oh my God, okay. So then we gotta fit the prop shaft into the front of the differential, and then get one of these there's these little shock absorbers here. It's like, you know what, those aren't shock absorbers. I think they're some sort of suspension link, actually, to maintain geometry and potentially axle centering, because obviously we have up and down, we have shock absorbers in here. But these little guys are like triangulating link arms, it seems, almost. But if I'm getting too suspension engineering for you, just let me know. However, we get the shackles on the back of the frame rail right here. This little guy in its little hole right there. Okay. And then the screw hole, and then that. Center shock absorber is also pointing the other side of a different... Hold on a second. Slide the pin end of this center shock absorber. We have this thing here, which should be a shock absorber. And then we have these things here, which are also called shock absorbers for some reason. I have no idea anymore. I'd have to look up the actual suspension design, you know, specifications for a 1959 Cadillac or a Miller Meteor hearse if they modified it in some way. And then we're going to throw an RM screw in right in front of the speaker hole there. And we've got IP, CM, BM, RM. Here we go. Let's get a nice RM screw, and I'm going to have to flip this thing over again and hold things in place while screwing things, which is always a challenge for good old dummy over here. Be right back. All right, progress. We got a screw here into the shock absorber at this point, but this is where it's a little tricky. You got to get the screw into the bottom shackle hole here. So you got to kind of just flex up the exhaust pipe a bit. And then we can let that balance. Then we need an IP screw. We start securing the rest of the exhaust. Like, shmya. Ah, plastic screw. So much easier. And then we got to put a few more things in here. So back on the stand it goes. Oh my gosh. Not getting any lighter. And then we've got a, what is this, L3 exhaust bracket. And that is going to slide over the pipe here and go right there. And then we got to bolt that down and give us a sec and we'll return. Well, with the little screw on the exhaust hanger, that's the end of 31. Next up is 32, which is a veal. A veal. Not veal, it's a wheel. Where's my stupid X-Acto knife? I gotta be careful with this thing. One Freudian slip of the blade and someone's cuticles just gushing blood. Oh, gross. Okay. Ah, these wheels are nice. I love the tires. So I like to pick and choose the side of the tire I display. I'm just leaving the whole damn car up here for now. So sometimes one side is nicer than the other. Okay? So this side, oh God, it's all blown out. But there's clearly like some extra overpainting that you can see a little like thicker layer of white paint in some areas. And then this side, it's all nice and an even tone. So this will be the outside of our tire. There is no way to record this whiteness of this tire's sidewall properly with the lights and cameras I have. Either way, we want to make sure you pick whichever side you think looks better. That's all. I think the manufacturing process causes one side to look very even and causes the other side to look like less even maybe. It's probably just an artifact of the process used to paint the white walls. But there's always a beauty side. So you want to make sure you pick the beauty side. And I think I've done that successfully in the past. So we're going to start building. We need one of our brake drums here. I'm not sure which one. One's one side, one's the other. Whatever. I'll figure it out with Todd's website, as I don't remember which one was which. But yeah, there we go. So we're going to just throw together a wheel. We've seen the wheels go together before. You know, we take the outside of the wheel. We push her in. Okay. There we go. And we take the inside of the wheel and we put that in. Like that. Always be careful about that valve stem right there. Don't break it. Be very careful. And then we're going to get a few screws in here. And Bob's your uncle. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to take the left brake drum, which was luckily identified by my friend Todd, and we are going to attach two of the medium length hoses. There's a long, a short, and a middle. And we're going to get those hoses underneath this frame rail. So we want to go under this frame rail. Okay. And then there's a notch on the axle that will positively, well, tell you where it's supposed to be. Gravity is not our friend here. They want us to fit these little brake hoses into really tight to get spots. Hold on a second. What is this? One brake hose has to go right here, right there, and one brake hose has to go right there. So I'm going to do that, and I will be right back, as usual. All right, we got our little brake hose lines fitted in there. I trimmed a little bit off. Trimmed about that much off of one, and that much off the other, just to have a little less slack. And then we put two hoses into the side of the shock absorber and fit a really hard to get little bracket in there. But if you take your tweezers and you hold it from under the frame rail, you can get it in there easier. So then Now what we got to do is get our feel on here. Is that fully in? Yep, that's in place. Okay. Then a hubcap, and then an LM screw. Remember the hubcap? There's a hole for the valve stem, so you want to make sure you get that on the valve stem. Nice. Nice. I like. And then we need LM, huh? See, oh, right here. Of course, it's in the parts tray. There's still a couple of hoses in this parts tray, so I'm just going to put that over to the side for now. And we'll take one of our, okay, or both of our LM screws out of the bag. Look, I save every extra screw, and you don't need all of them. You don't need most of them. But the rare occasion, I'm going to actually, I'm going to break out my my Vessel Japanese Phillips 1.0. Yeah, PH1. I'm going to break that out. So on a little bit better purchase on this fella. And we have room to use a bigger screwdriver. Ah, son of a diddly. Where did our screw go? Okay, let's carefully put that hubcap back on. Now, here's why we keep the spare screw. I don't know where it went. It's probably right nearby, but I'm not going to risk it. And I am going to dab it into our 3-in-1 oil. Come on. Is it not? What is going on here? Screw the entire wheel to the axle. Oh, wait. Oh, it's starting to... Yep. There we go. Why is it not feeling like it's... I wonder if my brake drum's out of alignment. Okay, we'll be back in a sec. We just needed to go to a smaller screwdriver. This one actually bottomed out inside the hubcap, so I wasn't able to fully tighten it. That's all. Back to the tiny screwdrivers. And we want our wheel to be able to turn, but I don't want it to be super free spinning. We don't want the model to roll around unnecessarily. So once you have it tightened in there, you can then strategically loosen it 1/8 of a turn or so. Okay, so there we go. Our wheel is on, and I think that's about it, right? Retrieve the right rear. Okay, and they want us to put brake hoses on the right rear, and all we've got is the really, really long and the really, really short left. And then the one near this little doobly-doo right here, that gets the short hose. All right. And the one in the middle of this doobly-doo will get the longer hose. Long hose, short hose. I got hose in different area codes. Okay, I live in Atlanta now. I'm supposed to say that line at least once a year. We will, I think we're done. We're done with 32. On to 33, which is basically the same as this side, except probably different, more difficult, or easier, because we've already got the axle on the chassis in some way, shape, or form. Let's take our little death spear here and carefully excise the contents from the plastic bag from whence it came. Check your baggie for bits. There are no bits. I was throwing out recycling today, and I found this random bag of AP screws from some partwork model. I'm not sure if it's the Leopard 2 or it's the Enterprise. Who knows what it's from. Just found it in there. And, whoop, what the hell fell out? Oh, the hubcap. Don't lose those, guys. Those are important things. We'll put you over there, and we'll snap you back together. And in the garbage you go. Might make recycling tomorrow. I'm not sure. And another, I'm not going to bore you with this one. I'm going to pre-assemble the whole leaf spring shock thing on here. It's the same exact process as this side, except not on this side, on that side. That's all. Okay, we'll be right back. All done with 33. Everything really identical to stage 31 except the opposite side. And, stage 34, more of the same. This is an exciting stage. Stage 34 is really, really, it's a significant stage because this is when you will have a rolling chassis. Check your bag for bits. No bits, chuck the bag. This is going to be, for me, this is some ASMR level stuff. This side of the white wall looks fantastic. This side of the white wall also looks pretty good, but not quite as perfect as this side of the white wall. Pick your favorite side of the white wall. As usual, let's get our little center cap now. Get that out of there. Take our outer wheel, and I'm putting the valve stem like opposite the Firestone logo. Firestone tires. If you were born in the 80s and you remember the controversy over the Firestone tires on the Ford Explorers, please check in below to receive your official I am Gen X or close to it punch card. Yeah, that happened. Oh dear, Firestone tires. Oh lordy. LM screws, CM screws, and a hubcap, and there we go. Oh man, I could go. Do you remember all the media kerfuffle over the Firestone tires and the Ford Explorers? And oh man, that was quite the scandal. In comparison to some more recent automotive kerfuffles, I don't know. I've heard even the Johnny 5 Nova Robots are on strike at the Big 3 now. Yeah, they're going, Johnny 5, no assemble! Want 37% raise. No assemble. It's pretty funny. I know. I saw a meme. You know, us almost old people, 44, I mean, kind of old, but not in the grand scheme of things. A lot of my viewers are actually, 60 plus. I'm very appreciative that I can maintain the attention span of a what some people will refer to as a boomer, which I think is, I don't know, man. I'm not cool with that. Don't be calling them, and if you're gonna say boomer, say it like in a funny, friendly way, like, oh, you boomers know everything. Don't be mean about it. That's just not cool. You know, without the boomers, we probably wouldn't have awesome models like this coming out. Because I'll tell you one thing. The retired folk with, or the almost retired folk with those sweet government paychecks coming in, you know who you are. They buy a lot of these models. A lot of them. They're clicking the link in the description below right now, everybody. Just so you know. And, without them, a lot of this stuff, we're in this golden age of pop culture, product availability, And stage 34 is done. Hold on. Okay, let's get our car stand out of the way. I thank the boomers for their service and for their wallets. Oh, boy. Look at that. Holy God, this thing is massive. Oh, it's so big. But yeah, don't be knocking the boomers. You owe them a lot. Okay? I owe them a lot. Those boomers were my parents. And I was not easy to deal with. But we get things like this because of basically people my age and older who grew up with this stuff and love it and have decent enough, we're lucky enough to have the income availability to build these fantastic things. Oh, worth every penny. Worth every damn red cent of my hard-earned money for all these models. And I love building them, and I enjoy doing it for you guys online here. My people of the YouTubes. Either way, that's it for stage 10. Again, links to Fanhome down below. Please click them. It helps out. Brownie points at the very least. You want a sticker? You want a fridge magnet? Ooh, limited supplies on the fridge magnets. But for the right pro tip, you too can. Zamac is it's not at all magnetic. Who knew? Okay. Either way, do the thing, click the things, like the things, do the stuff, send the emails. Come back next time to the dumbest modeling channel on YouTube, and we're going to have more Ecto-1. I can't believe it's on 4 wheels right now. I'm so happy about that. Ah, awesome. Adios, everybody.